Have you ever met up with a old significant other that you had a relationship with, and you guys wanted to rekindle that relationship a few years later, 10 years later, 15 years later? Two things will happen: wedding bells, or you dive off a cliff on a complete and utter train wreck. Talking about The Matrix 4 Resurrection. Let's check it out. Welcome back. This is Audio, Video, and Tech, where we talk about audio and video tech. So please, I appreciate it very much if you subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. Let me know if you don't like it. I'm looking for all positive or negative, constructive criticism since I'm so new to this, and this is my first video review. Matrix Resurrection, number 4. Oh, where do I start? I am a huge... Well, first of all, I was going to be doing a review on these headsets I just picked up from Amazon to compare with the Turtle Beach Recon 70s. But since Matrix is out, I wanted to switch it up. Put these to the side. Yeah, so where do I start? Yeah, Matrix 4 Resurrection. Interesting topic. I'm a huge fan of the Matrix trilogy. First one was definitely the top one. Why do I say that? Well, I have a relationship with it. I have watched that movie so many times. I love the industrial look to it. I love the graininess to it, because it was filmed on film, 35 millimeter. Very deep, dark, sinister. The soundtrack, when they remade it to Atmos, was absolutely stellar. Even in the 7.1, like the Blu-ray, it was still absolutely stellar. It sounded great on any type of good quality home theater system here. So, Matrix 4 Resurrection. Did I like it? I've watched it 3 times already, and I was not blown away by it. It did not impress me. It felt rushed. It felt like my old days in college, where I partied all night, but I knew that I had a term paper to be turned in at my first period class at 9 a.m. And I got in from partying all night at 8 a.m. And I had 45 minutes to write a paper essay. That combo never works out. I felt that this movie was rushed. I felt it lacked the character of the old Matrix trilogy, especially the first one. I think the main fact of it was it wasn't filmed on film. It was all digital. Yeah, there was some crisp parts to it, due to the 4K. My dog. If you see a shadow, that's because my dog is blocking the light. Claire, you're blocking the light. She's just sitting, my French bulldog is just sitting in front of my light. Okay, so back to the movie. So, it was too much digital. There was really not much grain to it. It felt really lackluster. There were certain parts of the movie where it felt like they was using the camera and it was shaky. It did not seem like a professionally run movie of that stature. When the when the previews came out and all that, I did not expect. I was really, really excited to see it. I did not expect them to try to base it off the resurrection of the first Matrix, because I felt that there was about 35 minutes or so of filler where they would have them looking, like Neo and the rest of the crew looking in a mirror or something like that of the old original Matrix, going back in time or such. I think that was just filler. I think they should have went. I think they should have went a different route with Matrix 4. Just gave it a totally different and new storyline, but based it off the other three, not to rehash the first Matrix. Were like case per point, Neo learning the martial arts with Morpheus in that hut where they're battling it out. I thought that was really, really cheesy. I think the film work was less to be desired, because you could actually see where like Morpheus would punch Neo, and the hit wouldn't even land. There was no angle set to where it would look like it actually hit him. And so I just thought that the special effects were too digital. It didn't captivate me enough to where I could sit through an entire movie. I've watched it 3 times, and each time I'd be watching the movie, I would stop it. I'd go to YouTube, watch some videos, switch it back to the news, check what's going on, go do something in the house, and then come back and watch it. I was not held hostage to my couch and captivated by the movie, by the soundtrack. Even though it was in Dolby Atmos, it wasn't really anything special. Like on the top channels, there was a little bit of activity. I don't think it was all that. Like a lot of movies, Dolby, just because there's a Dolby Atmos, it says it's in Dolby Atmos, does not mean it's going to be a great soundtrack, with bullets flying and different activities going up and around and such. It didn't happen in this movie, which left me very, very disappointed and let down. If I would have seen this in the movie theater, I would have walked out. I would have got extremely bored with this movie and been very disappointed. So, but I watched it at home, and I was just hoping for something different, not going back into the past, reliving that, and just making a movie that was thrown together. That's what it felt. It felt like it was a movie that was just thrown together. The acting, I thought, was very, very poor. It was weird. It's like Keanu Reeves, his character was a very mentally depressed character. I'm sure he was. I'm sure he didn't even want to be there. So I'm sure it made his acting easier for him because he was mentally depressed. You know, he probably saw the script. It's like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. You know, they're paying me money. I guess I'll do it. There was no excitement in it. And I think his character showed it. And the other actors in it, or the actor was playing Morpheus. The actor playing Morpheus did not replicate Morpheus at all. Morpheus in Matrix 1 was pretty badass. Tough guy and such. This one, it was just like a bunch of amateur actors other than having Keanu Reeves and I can't remember the other girl in it from the original Matrix, but you know, she has black hair, short. I can't remember her name. I just didn't think it was that good of a movie. The soundtrack was blah. It was too digitally. I think they should have added some grain to it to give some feeling, some warmth, some depth, give it more of an industrial look to it. This movie here seemed to me more, it was like made for TV instead of being, you know, at a movie theater. They should have went a different route, different stories. So with that being said, my review of Matrix Resurrection 4 or Quattro, I'm glad I didn't spend the money to go to the movie theater. And, you know, if I was a 8-9-year-old and I had never ever seen the past Matrix movies, probably would have loved it. I'm sure I would have loved it. But I saw all the other Matrix a lot. And this movie is not in that same realm of filmmaking, soundtrack, character basing, and being a very riveting, emotional movie. So again, with that being said, I didn't like it. I'd probably give it if I was going to do like a rating system, 10 being like, oh my God, this is like the best movie I have ever seen. 1 is, I don't know, 1 would be really bad. This would probably be like a 4, maybe a 5, depending how much I had to drink before I saw the movie. So, you know, I didn't like it. I think it could have been done a lot better and in a different way. So please give me a subscribe, comment. If you're a Matrix fan, we have a lot of Matrix fans out there. Millions and millions. And if you are a Matrix fan and you've seen Resurrection, put down a comment. Tell me what is your thoughts of this movie? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What do you think would have made it a better movie? And give it a like, give it a dislike. Just, you know, this is my first movie review. Other than telling someone, hey, that was a really good movie, or the movie really sucked. You know, so let me know what you think. So again, thank you for watching Audio, Video, and Tech. Have a Merry Christmas. Be safe. Spend time with your family and your loved ones. I got to go wash my Mini Cooper S now. It's nice out. Have a good day.